two together.
Shout.
That's right. Well,
Stort.
hello. Are we?
Yes. No. Yeah. We're going. Yeah. Hey.
okay,
Everybody.
well,
welcome to the 265th episode of the Angry Cuddles podcast. My name is Steven. With me, as always, is the spirit of a Victorian-era top hat. Joining me today, the steamiest corporate Cal.
Here I am.
The gears which hold together our podcast, DJ Pikachu.
Despite the fact that I was so late, I nearly didn't show up.
Beyond time. And the punkiest in the crew is Shark.
Rawr.
And Shark dressed up for today. She's the only one that did.
Fancy.
At least I have a political reason as to why I didn't dress up. So, Neener.
What's... Oh. Are you donning a specific political color?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
no.
it's a political debate. Like, why would you?
It is debate night.
It is.
So
it
why
is
are you
the first
saying
primary-
political
It's debate
things?
night. If you're-
Because the political is in I am not a fan of steampunk.
Okay,
That's
so
not-
you're in...
That is a political thing, but you're thinking too narrow in the definition.
I don't
You-
know about
this is-
narrow.
this
I
is
was
your-
going to realistic at the current moment.
You're Kaepernicking. You're doing a silent protest
Bingo.
of... Okay.
I'm taking a knee.
Gotcha. Taking a knee
Wow,
on steampunk.
Just
Cal, you look like crap. Just straight look like shit, dude. You didn't fucking try. You didn't fucking...
how dare you? First,
To be fair, I called you in. To be fair,
be fair.
Will is not here. He is watching the presidential debate. And if you guys are choosing us over the presidential debate...
What is wrong with you?
Well, also that. That mostly. But also, thank you.
yeah,
And
we're
we
here.
appreciate you being here. You can watch it tomorrow. It'll be on...
And it's not like I
it'll
didn't.
be on John Oliver's show on the weekend, and you'll be caught up with everything.
And Steven, it's not that I didn't try, but this is
You just don't care.
no. It's because it's the first day for sweater weather, and if Steven,
Yeah.
if Will was here, I'd be
That's true.
You'd
referencing
be
his
forcing
song.
him to sing the song.
That's right. That is correct, but he is not here. So it's first day of sweater weather, and I was like, man, a comfortable hoodie sounds great in today's weather. And
Yeah.
I am going for comfortable today.
I wish I had spent more time outside today. It
Yeah,
was,
it was-
I spent most of my time indoors. But
I did some of that too.
They're welding goggles.
I played a lot
they
of
look
League.
like the Jurassic Park goggles almost, is what I thought they were.
Are they heavy?
You look ridiculous.
Then
Yeah.
they're
I
expensive.
oh
Put
my
them down.
god, you look obscene.
I love it.
They look like the goggles from what's the
Hey, Junior B, welcome back.
Doctor
goggles,
Doctor
they do
Doctor
nothing.
Horrible.
Everyone who joins us in chat today will get a simultaneous welcome and scold for...
Welcome.
welcome.
Now, why are
Well,
you
you're
watching
watching
debate?
something more
you
important?
have to understand. Well, you have to remember. I guess you have to remember that we don't have only Americans watching
That's
our
true.
podcast.
That's
anymore.
true.
We
Although
have
it
an
will also
international-
affect them, though.
I mean,
What is coming?
yeah.
What the fuck is going on? Today we are talking about steampunk stuff, and Chuck is doing his little silent protest that we mentioned earlier. And we have, for those of you listening on our audio-only podcast, today we will be
Gadgeteer.
utilizing, once again, heavy visuals. We will be watching
Bashing
trailers
weapon.
and getting some. So, Shark, what have you been up to? You started your campaign, right?
Yes.
Your D&D
We had our second session for our D&D campaign. The
Crack Mage,
Barbarian
welcome.
did not attack a
Welcome,
tree this
Crack
time,
Mage.
thankfully.
Yeah.
And we got
You guys are
up
still
to-
alive.
Yes, we're still
Good,
alive.
good.
Everybody's still alive.
That's a plus.
And I'm finally actually getting the hang of being a bard instead of pretending to be a ranger.
That's a big difference.
Ulfric is throwing a cookie. Ulfric is in our studio audience today throwing a cookie at Chuck.
He's the cookie
Crack Mage, I
ninja.
love your name.
He was a
Your
little.
name is
He
awesome.
was a little short on that throw.
He's
We'll work on that.
He's the cookie ninja over there.
What you been up to, Chuck? What you been playing, dog?
Nothing.
You haven't been playing a thing?
Seriously, I've been so busy over the past week that I haven't had the opportunity to really play anything.
I actually restarted Fallen London, and I picked up
You
a new
did.
game.
You started playing Fallen London.
I did
We're gonna
too.
reference later. Actually, we'll show you
And
guys.
I started also playing a thing called Shadow Wars, which is kind of a mix of a puzzle game
Yeah,
and monsters.
that's cool.
I like it.
That should be
I
fun.
like that idea. Chuck, I hope things smooth out for you, man.
They will soon enough. I was actually able to stream.
You did a little Life is Strange, right?
I did do a little Life is Strange on Friday, and Saturday I played Call of Duty Advanced Warfare.
How did you finish episode 1 yet? Of
Oh yeah, I finished episode 2.
okay, you finished 2,
Episode 2 had the camera on it too.
right?
So
Oh, you got the camera. You got your
Yeah.
fucking sweet. I love it. Love it.
I promised I would.
Junior B says Vape Nation. Shark, you're apparently in good company.
Yes.
Cal, what you been playing, man?
So,
You rolling with League still?
I've definitely been playing League, and since last we spoke, I believe last time I was on the podcast, I was not in Platinum. Now I am.
Nope.
I am in Platinum in
Congratulations,
League,
my man.
but it is
That's great.
It is still the bottom of the dumpster, as I've been trying to tell Steven. It is still the bottom of the barrel. It is still the garbage. It is still. I am still trash can Sam, trying to pick up all the trash I can.
Oscar the Grouch.
I'm
up in
Oscar
there.
the Grouch, just fucking trying to carry everybody and rank up, and I am at the. It is a struggle.
Chuck,
It
Chuck,
is
what are you
100%
eating?
struggle.
June wants to know.
It's a lacy cookie.
It's a form of cookie.
It's
Yeah.
got nut and chocolate and like waffle wafer and
Toffee.
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 And
It would taste like it would be gluten free.
so,
Now,
what is it? Wait,
Cookie.
It's a
Cookie.
I took that as a derogatory statement.
No,
yeah,
I would
No,
have
it-
to read the ingredients.
it was
Yeah.
an observation,
Oh,
but
okay.
it does taste and kind of mouthfeel like it would be gluten free.
It reminds me a little bit of when we were in Colorado and we went and purchased a specific Colorado-based food item. There were caramel waffles that we bought there, and it sort of reminds me of that.
Yeah, that does kind of look like what that would be. Doesn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead. I know you've been playing things. But
Yes,
I just wanted to
I have been
welcome
playing things.
Welcome good news though
Yeah.
to my Xbox community.
You bring good news.
I bring
Corporate
good
Cal's on
news
Xbox.
because one of our other hosts, Will Roth, has bequeathed me for
Yeah.
the moment one of his Xbox Ones.
Of which he's got fucking 3.
So I have now hooked it up, and I sent you that photo earlier today.
You did.
I have hooked
You
it
did.
up right in front of my computer onto my
Into the
monitor.
same monitor, yeah.
And
Is it a
tonight
4K monitor or is it a...
it is a 1080p.
Okay, sweet.
So I will be.
You're not going to notice a difference at that size anyway. It doesn't
Right.
matter.
So tonight I will be setting up my Xbox Live account as well, and then I'll finally be able to play. What's the game y'all want to play real bad with you?
Arc.
Arc. and-
Among other things.
right.
Get into a bunch of shit with this.
Right. So I'll actually be able to play games with
June, actually, my hair is always blue. It's just at varying
Varying
fade
yeah,
levels.
varying fade levels.
50
Yeah.
fades of blue.
He just reblued himself, it
This
looks
is 50
like.
shades of blue for sure. But yeah, this is new. This is new cycle.
A new,
It's a
Rich.
redo.
a new blue dew.
I've been playing Ark. We've been building our fortress. Will is alone and solitary on the beach. He's trying to find us so we can induct him into the tribe. I've also been playing the Witcher 3 DLC, Blood and Wine. The DLC for The Witcher is fucking beautiful. It is the way that DLC should be done, period. The way CD Projekt Red did their DLC collection. And I am going to start tonight. Either we're going to play some Ark and get Will up to speed, and you guys will be able to watch that after the show, or I will be getting into the Fallout 4 DLC Nuka World, which I'm going to start tonight.
Ooh.
So that's the plan. So today, we're going into the steampunk genre. We're going to talk mostly about games like we normally do. If there's anything that we miss or anything that you guys want to throw out, please do in the chat. I will look it up as best I can, or someone will. And
Woohoo.
we are going to start with a visual. This is a game called Arcanum of Steamworks and Magic Obscura, which is a long-ass fucking name.
It is a long ass fucking
Let's get that.
name,
That sounds like
Miles
a
out of there.
ridiculous. name.
and it actually came out a bit ago.
What do
Quite
you
some
got?
time ago. I found out about this game because it was actually available for free on goodoldgames.com.
Yes, yeah. We see
And-
the GOG watermark actually there.
Yeah. And this game feels like some weird mishmash of the PC Baldur's Gate and Diablo.
Really?
It was
Yeah.
actually released in 2001.
Okay.
And fun little fact, if you guys didn't already know, it actually was worked on by former Fallout team members Tim Kaine, Leonard Boysker,
Oh, like OG Fallout crew.
yes,
yeah.
and Jason Anderson.
So
Those are all interplay names.
real quick, I sort of skipped over the beginning and I'm into. So the steampunk genre has things in it, and like a lot of genre talk, there are things in it that sort of are mainstays, but for the most part, it's pretty nebulous. And Shark has pointed out to me before that it's tough to really nail down what is and what isn't steampunk.
It really comes down to personal preference. Some people make fun
Yeah.
of it and just say that, steampunk is just goths who found brown.
I can.
I like
see
that.
I would
I
say
like that.
goths who found copper, but
I'd say
yeah.
Got-
Copper and brown.
Well, I would say gears, brown.
Yeah,
and
so,
copper.
so there are some elements. that of steampunk. So those Arcanum of Steamworks and Magic Obscura, but
Predominantly, steampunk is set in the Victorian era using
or a
technology from
version
about
of
that
Victorian
time.
era. Yeah.
Yes.
Consider
It can also include elements of fantasy with elves, magic, and whatnot, but usually it has similar mannerisms and technology.
and consider like an alternate like technological timeline, essentially, where instead of following fossil fuels, which would be diesel punk, anybody who's seen Wild Wild West, that's diesel punk.
See, yeah,
I feel like that genre
that's so,
is
like,
it's so
I would have said
it's-
steampunk as well for that
Yeah.
one. But
There is
okay,
but this
there-
is no. I'm not
there's
saying
a
you're
little
wrong.
mix of both.
No, let's
Yeah.
give you. I'll
I'm not
give you a
saying
better
wrong.
example of
Yeah.
diesel punk. Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow.
Okay.
that is diesel punk.
Mad Max
easily.
would be diesel punk.
Mad Max is more post-apoc.
Well,
Yeah.
the elements
a
of both
lot
of them in there for
more.
sure. Juniper asks a very important question, and actually I think it showed up earlier in the chat. Why are our cuddles so angry? That's a good question.
Because that makes the best cuddles.
Yeah.
I'm the only one here who can actually, express his rage in a productive and positive manner. Everybody else here has at least a little bit of repression, so they are the angry cuddlers. I am the angrily cuddled.
Yeah. There's a couple like we cuddle even though we are angry.
You're the angry little spoon?
You
Is that what you are? Yeah, that's
No,
what
no.
that's what
No,
just happened.
I'm the one that's not angry. I'm not so.
So
gruff.
you're the one getting spooned.
Crack
You're
Mage.
the angry little
You're,
spoon.
Crack
you're
Mage
the
says-
you're the little spoon.
I'm not angry, but I am the little spoon.
Crack Mage says, I imagine two Vikings cuddling each other, but you can see the hate in their face. That's actually pretty. That's pretty close.
pretty-
That's accurate.
I'm hugging you. I'm hitting
Absolutely-
you.
Absolutely accurate.
That's correct.
Next up is a trilogy that is going to be probably very near and dear to a lot of people.
like me. I am one.
Yep.
I would also put this under.
Now it is
Under
across.
diesel
It
pump.
is a little bit of. It does well later on in the series. There is a little bit more steam.
I would mainly
Yeah.
put that in the
Especially in
Bioshock
Infinite.
Infinite,
Yeah.
In
definitely.
Infinite, yes. Whereas this has a little bit more mix of the 1920s.
Yeah, there's a lot of Art Deco stuff in here. There's actually an elevator downtown Fort Worth. It's like this gold or brass Art Deco style
Scat
elevator.
Jazz Lounge?
It's not scat. It's on some fucking street like Houston or Maine or something, and it's just on the outside of a building. And I have no idea where the fuck that goes. I'm guessing it's to Rapture, but I always wanted to get in that elevator. But
If you get in and you hear Andrew Ryan asking you, is a man not entitled to the sweat of his brow, please let us know at angrycuddles.com.
actually, one of the things that I noticed in a lot of steampunk airships,
Airships.
lots of airships.
Zeppelins.
Yes,
Zeppelins.
I think
Hopefully-
Ulfric says Zephyr earlier.
Hopefully you have Guns of Icarus on
It
here.
always starts with a light.
Hopefully you have Guns of
I
Icarus.
believe that I do.
on
Juniper asked, so that you four cuddle each other. Yeah, Shark is the one on the end. She asked who the gal was, and I would think at some point we probably all have.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
There's
100%.
There's no ifs,
100%.
ands, or buts.
But so let's spend a minute and talk about Bioshock as part of this genre or near the genre or whatever.
Okay.
How many people have? How many of you guys have gone through the Bioshock trilogy or have experienced it in some way?
I've watched
All of it.
some of the gameplay.
What's? Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say I can recant my experience for you and where and when I was.
Go for it.
It was back when I was still in college,
Mhm.
and I was hanging out with Blanc, good friend of ours.
Yes, yeah. John
Yeah.
has been on the podcast before.
Right. So I sat, and I think he had work the next day. I had the day off or something with school or whatever, and I was playing the game. And I was playing it, and I got like 6 hours in, and then I couldn't stop playing it. So I played the entire first game, that 14-hour streak, in one
dear
one
God.
sitting.
Nice.
Just played through the whole damn game, and John like woke up for work. He's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like,
I'm
still
I'm still playing. I can't stop."
I think I played through Bioshock with like viewers, like with someone watching. I can't remember who, but definitely the second one. But the first one, I might have played through with because it was just so engrossing.
Oh man.
And we talk a lot about how Bioshock and the Randian style, like politically, in the series, also in Infinite, a lot of like racial things and social stuff comes into play in these games, and they're very smart and they're very well done. The thing that the first one did was get me to think existentially as a gamer, and I'm going to spoil Bioshock for you now. If you
It's been out
don't
long enough.
want
6 words for you.
to hear it, then I want you to pause or mute or something and join us again in 60 seconds. It is revealed that that you are hypnotized under hypnosis, and the phrase is, would you kindly blank? And anytime that is said, your character is compelled to do that. Now, what this does is actually make a statement about gaming in general, because in every video game you play, for the most part, like 99% of them, you are dictated by the game to do a specific thing, whether you want to or not.
Yep.
And so that completely broke that glass, like me as a gamer, and I was like, holy shit, I've been just doing everything these games fucking tell me to.
I had that moment at Far Cry 4.
Really?
Yes. A lot of people don't know that there are actually 3 endings to that game.
Oh, the ending at the beginning.
The ending at the very beginning.
Yeah.
He says, don't leave.
Yeah.
Stay right there. Enjoy the crab rangoon. I'll be back.
Yeah.
And then the first thing the game tells you, as soon as he leaves and he gets you, it puts you back under player control, is press the stick to get up out of your seat. So the first thing you do is press the stick to get up out of your seat. And then you start walking around the mansion and you find out what else is going on. Or you can sit there like a good boy and wait.
And but at least there's
And it
choice
ends the
there.
game.
Like
It ends the game.
you've chosen
That's
to
awesome.
do that.
Yeah.
You've chosen to be part of that.
Right.
If you
Which goes back to the 6 words Andrew Ryan gives you in Bioshock.
ladies and gentlemen,
bastard.
the passing of Sam. Robotical Nick and Caldane.
Sounds
good
like
to
he
see
just
you guys.
died.
Junior, thank you. You just made my whole day. Thank you. And the hoodie, purple. Yeah, TCU.
Woohoo!
You guys kicked
Go
ass at
Hawks.
SMU on Friday.
Yes, we did.
By the way, good job.
Go horny toads,
Good
right?
job.
Horny for life.
And Bioshock Infinite. I'm not gonna. We won't ruin it specifically.
It is a little bit newer.
It's newer. But did you guys finish Bioshock Infinite?
No.
Nope.
I came very,
Yes.
You did finish
very
it.
close.
Absolutely.
So without spoiling it, at the end, did you feel like this all is awesome and makes sense, or did you feel like, what the fuck did I just watch?
what the fuck did I just?
Okay,
watch?
yeah. I
mean,
I
I
was
get you.
so mad. I was so mad.
What the fuck? Like, what the
What
fuck is this shit? Yeah,
Like, I
no,
wanted to continue. Like, what is it?
I actually
so much
split down
rage.
the middle where I was like, okay, that was awesome. I think.
I think. Like,
You
I was
know?
like, I was like, I could see it being cool if it went somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If it continued and then it didn't, I was like, you motherfuckers.
Oh, the
Give me
deal-
more game.
The DLC was actually really good because you played as Elizabeth in sort of an alternate timeline,
I don't think I played
and
that one.
it's more stealth focused than shooty focused, and I love stealth. So, this is not a game, but
well, I mean, there is a
There is
apparently
a game
was
for this.
a game for this. This is a film called The City of Lost Children, Spanish, French, German,
French.
right?
It was filmed initially in French. It
Okay.
actually is one of the earlier movies that Ron Perlman was in. Essentially, the entire point of the movie is there's a scientist. He has the inability to dream. So he kidnaps children to harvest their dreams.
Oh, that's so creepy.
That's real creepy.
That's fucked up.
It's like Inception if it were,
It's
French.
reverse Inception.
Give
And
me your children in the dreams.
he makes clones to do his bidding. There's
Yeah.
a brain floating in a
I need to
gelatinous type
watch this
fluid.
movie.
And it's actually pretty good.
Do you have
Yeah,
the,
this is
I
like
have
the
this
year?
now.
This is
Just
one of
a
those
second.
art house looking films.
It really
every time I
is
go
one of
to
those super small noir movies
like,
that you don't see very
one of
often.
those mom and pop video shops, and they always have the indie wall right there.
Yeah.
Where you see like Divine, and you see a bunch of Troma films up there, and then I always saw the City of Lost Children, and I never rented it, and it always looked just so cool because look at that fucking helmet, man.
I remember when I was
the
working at
movie
Blockbuster.
was released in the 90s. I want to say about 96, 97. The game was released in 97, so roughly around there.
Okay, yeah. I remember working at Blockbuster and seeing this, and it freaking me the fuck out. Like when I was young.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
That helmet makes Doc Brown look subtle and diminutive by comparison.
For sure.
Yeah, essentially the whole over thing is a demented scientist kidnaps children from Port City to steal their dreams as he's incapable of having his own. Among them is Denry, the adopted little brother of a carnival strongman and former whaler named One, Ron Perlman,
Whaling is something that comes into
That's a
play as
huge-
well. And actually,
yeah.
I'm going to jump us
who
forward.
sets out to rescue him.
Speaking of whaling, and not like me at karaoke. But right?
That
Right?
was.
Hey.
Anyway, so this is a game called Dishonored, and
It's
fucking-
technically
Don't you love this
not
game?
steampunk,
Love this game.
It's more whale oil.
punk. There's actually one thing that is steampunk in life, and nothing else is actually steampunk.
It really just depends on how you want to
Is
put it.
Trigun steampunk?
Hell
little
yeah.
It's more like post-APOC.
Both. I'd say both.
So
It's a little bit of both. Everything has little influences and stuff, and this one certainly has more of the Victorian society.
well, the thing that it's very Victorian though.
Yes.
And it's what was the game you thought of, Cal?
Into the mic.
There's a game I just thought of steampunk that I don't even think I
remember
remember
the
direction. Soul Reaver. And Legacy
Is
of
Soul
Kain.
Reaver and Legacy of Kain steampunky?
I would say they're definitely Victorian and steampunky.
They're
Absolutely.
definitely Victorian.
got elements of it in it, too.
Yet some of the technology is kind of steampunky / magic.
So this
Any
game,
sufficiently advanced technology.
the reason that I love this game is that I really like stealth games. I really like the murder simulator genre, like Hitman, which has a lot of stealth in it. But the game sort of gives you like here's a goal that you need to do, however you want to do it, man. Like just do your thing.
Non-linear gameplay. There's more
Yeah.
than one way to accomplish the objective.
Oh yeah, and not just more than one way. There's probably 6 or 7 effectively different ways to do anything and to get around. And this game won me over real big. If you could get over the steampunk aspects of it, is it something you think you would enjoy, Chuck? Is that the main thing that turns you off at
It was one
Dishonored?
of the first games that you mentioned as being steampunk.
Yeah, that was the first thing that came to my mind.
I guess I could
Horse
try
face
it.
now.
It looks
again.
like a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie.
I guess I could try it again. It's just I can't get over the aesthetic. It's the same
the
reason I don't
prettiness?
like Thief 4. It's the same reason I don't
Oh,
like
Thief!
Styx.
Actually, I did not get Thief in here, but the most recent Thief on Xbox One, it was also
Yeah.
on 360, is actually got a lot of steampunk elements too. But you didn't like the aesthetic?
No.
What about it? Reverse tickle. What's the opposite
okay.
of tickling your balls?
Well, basically
Slapping
what's-
your balls?
What's
Groping.
going on with me
Clutching.
and steampunk is, to me, like first, foremost, and for the most part, steampunk is just such a massively overplayed genre
See,
for
the-
me. It
we-
is everywhere
But,
for me.
But the thing
maybe
is
it's
that we've
because I'm
said that, but we also had trouble coming up with fucking things that fit steampunk. So like, how do you feel over encumbered by what and I'm not saying you're wrong, but just to me, what appears to be a lack of example.
For starters, I've seen way too much example, and secondly, I have seen way too much example because it has been kind of force-fed to me.
Hey, game guy, how's it
by
going, man?
A bunch of people
What's up, GG?
who have made it a point to break down to a science.
People around you have steampunked so hard that you're like, ugh.
It's not just that they've steampunked so hard. I mean, I'm perfectly fine with
Because
people
you know a
just
lot of
getting-
Ren Fair folk.
It's not. God damn it! It's not the Ren Fair folk either. What it is everybody is all like, okay, I'm steampunk. Yeah, steampunk. And then I ask them about it, and they all begin to set upon me, not as if evangelists trying to get me turned to steampunk,
Okay.
but as people trying to correct me because I'm wrong for not knowing about it and not responding to it.
Oh,
immediately.
okay. That's
like,
that's a
guys-
pretty quick way to get turned off of something for sure. For the longest time, I didn't want to play the fucking Elder Scrolls games because my friends were super into Morrowind, and I was like, you know what? I feel like I fucking heard everything about Morrowind, so I'm good.
Joseph is like that too.
Yeah, the old artist for
like,
AC, yeah.
Every time he
I'm
heard,
kind of like that.
like the more he heard about a game, like Assassin's Creed is the first thought that pops into my mind. Like the more he heard about the Assassin's Creed series, the less he wanted to play.
Actually, his was like Dragon Age really did that for him. He loved Assassin's Creed until Assassin's Creed 3
And
upset him, and he was like,
it
"Fuck this game."
started getting more and more overhyped as well.
Yeah.
And he did not respond well to that.
Game guy, you do not know for a fact that Crack Mage isn't your father. Crack Mage very well could be your father. You don't know. What were you saying, Kel?
Did you just call Game Guy a bastard?
Oh, I was
No, I'm saying that the anonymity of the internet is such that you don't know who is who. Also, Game Guy, you're a bastard. What you were about to say something,
I
Calvin.
would say I
Oh
kind of
my
agree with
God.
I love you, Game Guy.
Joseph's aspect of it too, because everybody got really into
What's
like I said, Morrowind.
What's been ruined for you? Like, what's something that is so hyped, and we're a little tangent here that you're just like, fuck this, not gonna do it.
What's that damn game with the dragons and the yelling?
Skyrim.
Yeah, there you
Skyrim.
go. There
Yeah.
it is.
The damn game with the dragons and the yelling.
Yeah,
No, that's a good.
I mean, I don't.
That's kind of the
I don't-
best
That's
short
right, though.
descriptor of that game.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty, but
It's a game where you yell a lot.
there's no fucks I give. Like
Yeah.
I give 0. Like, great, it's pretty.
Yeah. So you don't want to play the remaster or anything like that.
No, I give and especially since I own a game. You're right. I want to spend another $50 for a remastered version of the game. Suck my dick.
You own the game?
Yes.
Oh, and you haven't played it.
Nope. My brother played all the way through it.
You may go, audience, either around or behind or in front. If you want to go in front, then we will.
Duck dip dive, duck dive.
Nice.
You did it.
You did a better job than
You
Sam.
did it. So here's our next game, and Shark, you mentioned this a little bit ago.
Ah, yes, we were talking about this one. It is
Fallen London.
yes, Fallen London, which is
dark
done by Failed Better Studios.
This is a mobile game. Like, this is
This
for
is a
tablet
MOBA,
and phone, right?
This is a
This-
MOBA game that is kind of a choose-your-own-adventure type story.
It's text-based, essentially,
Yes.
right?
I remember playing this game years ago when
They
it was
canoodling?
just on Facebook.
They were necking.
They were definitely necking.
Canoodle.
Canoodling.
They were
That's what I used that.
tentacle necking.
Yeah, that was a big old trunk.
This is another one of
But
those
Chuck,
games where
you've played this as well.
you need to read what you see.
Welcome,
You-
delicious
you
friend.
need to read it.
Is
Yes.
there-
Yes, you are called Delicious Friend.
Is there a Lovecraftian overlap
There is a
Oh,
love
fuck
with
yeah.
with
Yes.
steampunk genre
Yes.
Well,
in general?
I-
not with this game, but in steampunk genre.
I
Yes.
think the best way to describe, like, it seems like it's all 19th century stuff, and it
Because
kind of is
Victorian.
because it's like late 19th century into early 20th century, and Lovecraft wrote during like the late teens, early 20s.
Okay, so
there is a
for sure,
lot
yeah.
of
There's
overlap
gonna be overlap
between the
So
Cthulhu mythos.
even Bloodborne actually might have a little bit of steampunk in there.
Yes,
if
as a
you
matter of
think
fact.
about it. So that's not
That's
not
also
a bad thing.
that's also a game.
Crackmage says, Crackmage says, I wish they made a sequel to
sequel?
Morrowind. Yeah, a sequel to Morrowind called Tomorrowwind. Come on.
That's pretty funny.
That's good.
I get it.
I'd fist bump you there,
that's
Crackmage.
that's clever.
That's good shit.
I died a little, but it was clever.
Next up is a game that a lot of you probably recognize.
Final Fantasy VIII.
This is one of the two main Final Fantasy entries that I have not played,
Fix that.
and I've heard it's like the best. This is Final Fantasy VI. This is a trailer for Final Fantasy
Oh,
VI.
6.
14 playable characters altogether, and for the most
haven't played it
part,
either. Don't worry,
every
Steven.
one of
Yeah.
them is interesting.
Yeah.
I would say Final Fantasy VIII's got kind of a little bit too.
Does
And
8 have some
7
steampunk
and
influence?
Final
9.
Fantasy VIII, not so much. Final Fantasy IX, however,
I'll say
does have the
nine-
airships.
nine
7, 8,
does-
and
It has
9.
airships.
8 has airships.
Fuck that. 7 is
It's a
cyberpunk,
spaceship.
and 8 is just
It's
sci-fi.
it's the guidance, and they're a giant, huge space moving ship. It's a giant airship.
So what's the brief synopsis of 6? Like the plot, Chuck?
So magic disappeared from the world 1,000 years ago, and technology has slowly replaced it.
Okay.
At the very beginning of the game, you find a frozen esper, which is a magical being.
Okay.
And the magical being responds to one of the people who is sent
Kefka?
to not Kafka. That's fuck. God damn it. Anyway, it responds to one of the people that's sent to investigate this thing, and all of a sudden, people see magic again for the first time in a millennium. Magic-like powers have been around for a while.
Mhm.
That's where magicite comes from. Is
Okay.
these like otherworldly materials that give people magic-ish abilities, but the natural, innate magic has kind of fallen away and ceased to exist
Interesting.
until this.
This is also known as Final Fantasy 3 for the Super NES, but nobody goes by the old numbers anymore because we've all caught up and are,
Well,
you
look
know,
at the date
fucking
on it.
adults.
1994 was when it came out for the Super Nintendo. It was Final Fantasy 3
And
then.
then
Yes, and
99
now
was for
you
the
can
PlayStation
actually Well, now it's
I-
actually to where you can download it for your mobile or play it on your computer.
Yeah.
Don't.
Well, I almost got
Don't.
it from my phone.
What I
My-
can't play it on my computer?
I mean, you can.
You can,
But
and-
it's just cost prohibitive. It doesn't make any sense with how
but
much they cost.
that's exactly what I was going to say. Was
What do
both Final Fantasy VI and Tactics were two games that I've never played that I've heard.
You've never
Or the-
played
no.
Tactics?
No, but
He dropped the mic on his dick. He was that
he
disappointed.
Mike
in you.
dropped his own dick. Yeah, but
Wow.
so I go play them because they're on phone now. I'm like, oh great, I can play them on the go and have
And they're
something
fucking
to do.
$30.
It's retarded expensive. It's super fucking expensive.
Don't do it. Look, they came out again for the Game Boy Advance. If you want to play 6, they have Final Fantasy Anthology for the PlayStation. If you want to play Tactics, it's kind of hard to find nowadays.
It's not hard to find.
eBay, Amazon.
It's also kind of expensive because of its rarity.
I guess
It is kind of hard to find nowadays.
Emulators.
It's one of the best games of all time.
Emulators.
June
I
comes
have-
back. June comes back because they heard dick. They heard us say the word dick.
I'm sorry, I heard
It's like,
dick.
the dick bell has been rung, and
bang,
everyone
bang.
comes to the yard.
The
Did
helicopter
somebody say dick?
So, Shark, this is one of the. This is not a game. This is a
This
webcomic.
is not a game. This is actually a webcomic. It's called Girl Genius. It's actually been out for a while.
Like almost a decade, if not longer.
Were
Well,
you
you
able?
go ahead and talk
Were
some
you
more
able to
about
read?
Like, okay,
Oh,
so
you know about it.
I do know a little bit about Girl
I
Genius.
actually have some of the buttons from them.
Oh, cool.
There is lots and lots of steam pork. There is steampunk,
Steampunk.
and then there is orcs and shit. So it's like Shadowrun, but steampunk instead of cyberpunk.
So
if
do you-
that makes any sense to you, there is still magic, and there is still steampunk-like technology. You still have the Victorian aesthetic, and
So we've
there-
been able to determine that steampunk is essentially whatever you want it to
Whatever
be.
you want it to be. And
Pretty much.
And
actually,
it
Girl
always
Genius,
is a hybrid.
Girl Genius actually goes by quote unquote gaslight punk
Okay.
instead. And that was something that their actual writer crew came up with.
I like the concept of gaslight punk. Now that I think about it, because diesel punk is
Ulfric
usually
says steam pork.
steam pork. Yes,
I go for some. of that, yeah.
steam pork.
Yeah, that sounds delicious.
Steam pork is just a little too
Asian?
like it's a little too steamy,
Pulled steam pork.
and then yes, pork roast punk.
Oh, I was thinking food. Were you guys thinking sex?
No,
I was thinking food.
Oh, okay, we're all thinking of it. Never mind.
steam pork roast.
So yeah,
Wow.
were you able to find
That just
anything
got
about
dark.
girlgenius.net, which you go check out? You guys have it?
Yes.
Like
if you
when it
wanna find
started?
out more,
Isn't she a local? Is it to
I
us?
don't think she's actually local. It actually
Yep, represent.
started. Oh God, way back in
19 dickety.
19,
early 2000s.
Okay, early 2000s, okay.
Whenever
So it's been around
whenever
for a while.
she actually got some awards and stuff, as far as the 2008 Outstanding Comic nominated for a Hugo Award.
Like you go.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Our webcomic won an award too. We came in second place in the Deadpool drawing contest at the local comic shop in 2014.
There you
It
go.
was awesome.
Do we have a little banner we can put on our website for it?
Award winning, kinda.
Somebody needs to make
Second
that shit.
place.
We're going to have
Kinda.
you make that shit for us.
Okay. Next up, Chuck. This was one that you mentioned.
This
This is Guns of Icarus Online.
Guns of Icarus Online.
Oh God, Guns of Icarus. It is multiplayer, team-based. Essentially, like you get.
It's
you and
all
a couple
PvP,
of your,
right?
It is all PvP. You and your friends are the crew of a battle airship, and you go and fight another person and his friends in their battle airship,
That
and you
sounds
just
kind of fun.
blow the shit out of each other. That's
There's
all it is.
as-
Why are we playing this?
There's only
Sam just ejaculated.
This sounds
There's
like
only
a,
3
an
classes.
hour worth of fun, though.
Yeah.
I could play this game for about an hour.
I would probably I'd play this game as long as my friends wanted to play
Then
this
I'd be
game.
like, all right, we blew up some
well,
airships.
the
and built
nice
some
thing
shit.
about
See you
Guns of
later."
Icarus though is it's kind of like how Guild Wars was.
Is it
It's
free?
pay once and then you get the entire thing, and then there's premium items. But the only thing with the premium items is it's more like splash colors. It's like you get to pick how it
Just
looks. It
cro-
doesn't
just
actually give
chromas.
you anything.
Customizey stuff.
Just
It's just
chromas.
customizing.
I take it that everyone has a specific job.
There
I
are
would hope so, or else there's going to be
3
chaos
different
on that boat.
classes.
Right.
And at least one person gets to be the captain, and then they can pick out who does. But
Dips.
there's engineer,
You can't
pilot,
permanently
and
dibs captain, dude.
and gunner. And each
Which one?
class specifically has
I don't
different
wanna
things
drive my
they can
ship.
do better and access to different inventory.
Okay, that's cool. See, I can pretty much get down on any multiplayer, period. But I can also especially get down on any multiplayer that silos information, like we've talked about before on previous casts, which is if people have specific jobs that they're doing and the information is not given to everyone. For example, if Chuck's the hacker and I'm the driver and Chuck goes in and he starts hacking, I don't want a progress, I don't want the game to tell me how far along your hacking is going.
You want me
I
to
want
tell
you
you.
to tell me. That's why I'm playing with fucking people.
so
That's
you're-
why I still want Artemis.
So all
I
I've
want us to
I do
play
want to play
Artemis.
Artemis. That's true.
All I heard out of all of what you just said is that I like multiplayers. I'll play games with classes, and I'll enjoy it, especially if it's a class and communication. So you'll play League.
No, you won't
That's-
play League because League is too meta and too competitive, and there's not a
But
whole
the-
lot
but
of
there's
teamwork
a class.
involved.
There's a lot of class system. There's teamwork, and you can play with your
It's
friends.
not just
Yeah.
the class system. There's a lot more interplay.
I pro-
It's really, who gives a shit about the class system? Who gives a shit about any of that?
You
Just, God.
are not wrong if I was playing League recreationally
Right.
and not
I'm not saying
ranked.
I dare you to find somebody else who plays League recreationally.
The League players that
You'd be
don't
surprised.
play the League players that play recreationally are the ones that have just leveled down.
I have
It's
to.
like, I just
will
play Flash Plays every now and
defy
again.
you to find me a recreational, a casual League player, a filthy casual League player. Excuse me, sir.
I could name off a few people that I know.
Okay, a few people that you know, but do you actually play with them anymore?
If they
No,
get, if
because
they-
you're too busy trying to rank your shit up.
If
The
they-
first thing you were talking about tonight was the fact that you finally
That-
got back
that
to
is correct,
platinum,
but-
and you still called yourself garbage. That is why I don't play League,
You did.
because there are too many
You did
people
totally
like
call
that in the
yourself
chat
garbage.
rooms.
Are you going? Are you going video? Are you rolling?
I mean,
You get no video.
There we go.
Ah.
Good.
in
Yes.
Chuck, in
Great.
the aspect of if anyone wanted to play with me, I would absolutely play with them.
So
That
this
doesn't mean
is-
I'm not playing a ranked game. I would just still play them.
So I've actually
With-
never seen this film.
Steamboy.
I've never actually seen this film, but this was my
Haven't
first
seen it
exposure
yet.
to steampunk stuff.
It's a lot of people's first exposure now that I think about it. I'd never even heard of steampunk until Steamboy came out. And I had to look up why they called it Steamboy, and the first word that came out of everybody's mouth was steampunk.
What did Katsuhiro Otomo do before Steamboy? Do you know?
Akira.
Oh, it was Akira.
It
Okay, that's
just
what I
said
said. From
Akira.
Akira group. Okay, that.
From
Sorry,
Akira.
I'm fucking dumb.
Woo woo!
Has anybody seen Steamboy?
No.
Not in a long time, but I have.
You have seen it.
Yes.
What is your impression of it that you remember?
Patrick Stewart is perfectly typecast.
You listen to it in English?
This is actually a.
Snooty English.
This is
Oh, the
actually-
Rocketeer! I just realized.
Yeah,
is
the
fucking
Rocketeer.
Yes, the
steampunk.
Rocketeer.
You missed that one too.
I would put
No, no,
Diesel
no,
Punk. I would put the Rocketeer as Diesel Punk. That's
Okay.
the World War II.
It
Okay.
like
like
was
the
yeah,
Rocketeer and
1920.
Sky Captain would like to hang.
It looks like Akira.
It does look like Akira. Like the first thought that popped in.
The same artist.
Was the last thing that Alfred Molina did that was any good
Nowhere.
Spider-Man 2?
Let me get back to you on that.
For all of us.
June says League is for fun.
It can be.
Yeah.
I'd play with you for fun. Hey, I play with anybody for fun.
I'll go anywhere.
Steve Jablonski.
Context.
You remember liking Steamboy though?
I do remember liking Steamboy. It didn't like.
It didn't like you,
It
but you
didn't
liked
capture
Did it-
you.
did it come at your
exactly.
family?
I have to watch it again because my taste in movies has
it. It's
changed over the past.
That
10
was so.
years.
My initial this is not the same creator and it's a different genre, but I had a sort of a similar. I think what you're referring to with Princess Mononoke. Like I acknowledged its inherent worth and its you know how good it was. The first time I saw it, I was just bored as shit. Like
There-
30 minutes and I'm like, "Nah, don't give a shit anymore. But then I watched it later as like an adult and really appreciated it a lot more.
Well, I mean, that's happened to me a lot with movies, with music, with video games. Like I never thought I would
Yep.
catch myself playing Madden or Call of Duty,
Right. Yep.
and yet here I am. I am
You really
continuing-
broed out this summer, didn't you?
I am continuing
You're
to
being
play.
pretty,
2016
Advanced-
summer, bro.
I guess so. I'm going to continue playing Advanced Warfare on my stream.
June wants to know what server you're on Cal.
NA.
There you go. NA server. So the next game is made by creators of a game that we saw earlier, The Fallen London.
Ah, yes, Sunless Sea.
Now this, I don't know that this is directly steampunk, but it has a lot of.
You have a steamship.
You do have a steamship. It's a steamship,
It's the same.
There's different
world.
ships. It's the same world.
and it's the same world as Fallen
as
London, right?
Fallen London.
Okay. So are you actively controlling, or is this still
yes, you
like
are
a text-based?
There is text-based adventure, but you
Yeah.
are still controlling the ship.
Okay.
It looks
There
like
are
Sid
different
Meier's-
ships that you can upgrade.
And Fallen London is
and
only
buy
text.
new ones.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Which came first? Do you remember?
Fallen London by
Okay.
a long shot.
Okay.
Like I said, it was on Facebook long before it was
There's
now.
only one ship game I've ever really played, and that's that one for the NES. And we can think of the name of it right now.
Well, but
Battleship?
this one also
No.
involves you have to hire a motley
You're in a submarine.
crew and upgrade it, and you can also do illegal trading.
So it sounds like Sid Meier's steampunk.
You can eat your
Pirates.
crew. You can go insane.
Okay.
This one definitely has a lot more Lovecraftian
you can-
level,
you can
if only
eat your
because
crew?
it is. Yes.
Yeah.
That was kind of a funny, like,
Why
make
would
sure
you-
that they've pointed out that you can eat your crew.
Yeah, that was
For the record, you can eat
hey,
your crew.
just so you know.
Oh, and
they're
one of
Assassin's Creed 4 could have
one-
considered food.
One of their taglines is that you will die, but you can actually set it up so that you have a family and they inherit your stuff and you continue to progress through the
Okay,
game.
Wes.
So
I
we're
dig that.
clear. In the world of the Sunless Sea
Yeah.
and Fallen London,
You'll
just
die?
because you die doesn't
Doesn't mean you
it's
lose your
over.
stuff. It's not over.
And it's not even you lose your stuff. Even
Like in
the
Dark
lore,
Souls.
death is a slap in the wrist.
Well, that's not like Dark Souls. But, yeah, I see what you're saying. Also, I want to point out, now that we're like 40 minutes into the podcast, that Chuck wore a specific outfit to protest steampunk, immediately put on the steampunk goggles when Shark handed them to him.
I can't help. No,
Oh,
actually,
yeah, no, I
took it.
was waiting
I
for
just-
that too.
I just
waiting
took
for
it.
I didn't even hand it to him. He just picked it up. I put it right where
It's
he
like
could
if there's
find
like
them.
a bag of chips in front of him.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
You know,
Like, I have to
all right.
interact.
Gotta.
Gotta get
Gotta
it.
do
I
it,
have
guess.
shitty impulse control.
Gotta
I'm
get
sorry.
That's kind of why I set them
Game
right
guy
there.
says like Risk of Rain.
Smart girl.
Oh, Game Guy has mentioned Risk of Rain, so we got a ding for Risk of Rain. You know what we haven't mentioned, though, is Spec Ops The Line.
I don't know what that game is.
You don't know what Spec Ops the
All I did.
Oh
I don't
the
play
only
FPS.
reason I mentioned that is because we always mention Spec Ops: The Line. So here is very much a fucking steampunk film, and from what I remember, it was Connery's last one.
It was Connery's last film.
But the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, based on the
Yes.
graphic novel, if I'm not
Based
mistaken,
on a
right?
graphic novel, yes. It took only certain key parts. Technically, Mina Harker was not actually a vampire in the comic book. I like the concept. I like it. It's very novel. But I looked at the art and I was disappointed.
When I remember seeing the movie and fucking loving it.
Oh no,
I mean,
I
this
love
was
the
like
movie.
this was in
But
2003.
it got
so it was
seriously,
15 years ago
it
or
got
something.
seriously roused by Rotten Tomatoes, and I just love it because I
Well,
like
it's
shitty
not-
movies.
It is
really,
not-
yeah. I was gonna say it's extra campy.
It is
I
a
like
great.
that.
It is a
It's
great
not a bad
flick.
movie, but it's not
This is like
the best flick.
This is like the Fifth Element, where you watch it and it's a good
Whoa.
popcorn eater. Would you shut the hell up for a minute? It's a good popcorn eater. You sit there, you have fun watching it, but in terms of like artistry or technicality, it's kind of So it's not a good movie, but it's a great flick.
And
Did you just basically
Yes.
say the Fifth Element was
No,
a mediocre movie?
no,
That's exactly what
it's-
you just said.
No, I didn't. I
It-
said
it-
there were
it-
two ways that you can value a
And you
movie.
compared it with the Fifth Element, therefore you're
And
putting it on
this-
the same
You
level.
might have
You
missed
know
his
what?
point.
You completely missed my point, Dick.
It wasn't about the point; it's how you phrased it.
How
That-
was I
that you
supposed to
mentioned-
phrase it?
that
How
you-
can I just say, "Oh, it's a good movie,"
By saying it's a good movie.
the same way that The Fifth Element is a good
do
movie,
we
and then
have
you
to
were
put you
immediately-
both in corners? 'Cause
Yes.
we will
How
separate
dare you
you.
have us sit next
I
to
just
each other
wanna-
like this?
I just want to see what happens.
Get your hand off my knee.
There we go. See, cuddling. There you
See,
go.
there it is. The angry cuddle. Just gotta get him going.
Stop it.
I meant to get a trailer for it and I didn't, but one of the ones that came up in our prep was a film.
Van Helsing.
Van Helsing,
Van
which
Helsing.
has some steampunk attributes to it as well.
There
now,
are-
This is what I remember from Van Helsing, which is the Hugh Jackman film. I believe it was after X1, but before X2,
Yes.
or somewhere around there.
2004.
Yeah. I believe it was either right around then. So the film was altogether enjoyable from what I remember.
Most people took it too seriously. It was intended to be very campy, and
Much
more
like
of a
the
hat
League of
tip.
Extraordinary Gentlemen.
More
Much
of
like
a
the
hat
League of
tip to a
Extraordinary
lot of
Gentlemen.
the original Universal monsters,
Right.
and just kind of interesting, and also get to see Kate Beckinsale in that nice leather corset.
So
Okay, nothing wrong with that.
I remember liking the film, and I got all the way to the film to the end. Now, spoiler alert, Van Helsing Kate Beckinsale's character dies.
Yes.
And then
And then she has a fucking Mufasa in the clouds moment at the end
Force
where
Ghost
Van
over
Helsing
here.
like looks up in the clouds and like the clouds take her shape and like wink at him and he's like yeah or whatever. And the whole movie I was like, well, that was pretty fun. And then that happened. I went, what the fuck?
They didn't really.
Fuck you,
Okay.
Van Helsing.
To be fair, they actually made an allusion to the fact that Van Helsing, because whenever we first introduced to him, he's a man who was found by the church with no memory. And then when he meets Dracula, Dracula's like, I fought with you back in these days. And Van Helsing has mentioned remembering the fights of Rome. It's alluded to the fact that Van Helsing himself is potentially the Archangel Gabriel.
Oh, okay.
That's why Dracula calls him Gabriel.
And that's why he can see dead people in the clouds?
Yes.
Okay.
Interesting.
That's so fucking dumb, though, man.
They didn't
Like,
really have a better way to do it.
I felt like the movie fucking slapped me in the face before I left. Like, I was like, that was pretty fun. And it was like, no, it wasn't.
I mean, how else do you, if they had it come to him in a dream, it'd be weird or something. But it was a way to say that the entire Valeria's family was redeemed and saved because they actually killed Dracula
She's
off.
in heaven now.
Like, I would have liked them to have like a smash cut to him with like a needle in his arm, like shivering on the ground, where it was like he was imagining
Like on
it.
a
Or
heroin
something.
dream?
Like, oh, that makes
Like, Jesus
no.
Christ, Steven.
It would have been an opium dream in this day,
Yeah.
in that day and age. But yeah.
Oh my god. So I hope you guys, if there's anything that we missed, anything steampunky that was something that meant a lot to you guys, feel free to put it in the chat. Feel free to put it in any of our social media. If you look above my head, if you go to Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter, Angry Cuddles is how you find us on any of those places. The last thing we do before we call it a night is we go to the can. If you want to be part of the Angry Cuddles fan can, go to Twitter, tweet us using the hashtag FanCan, and ask us any question you want, literally any question, as long as it's not horrible. And
We did
I wish
answer
we had
original
drawn
one
answer
last
horrible
time.
questions.
only
occasionally.
one of these I've had to throw away.
I wish we had a flusher button.
So far.
So every time we go to the can,
You guys, yeah, I don't really want to do jock jams in the morning. Like,
Oh.
Thank you.
okay. The question is, where is Mike? I want to see / hear more Mike. Where is he? Oh no!
Here
no.
is Mike.
Mike, shut up. Mike used to do. Mike still does the Twitch riff with us. We do a Twitch riff series where we sort of Mystery Science Theater 3000 style play games and riff on them for like 45 minutes or an hour. Mike also is doing the Dark Souls 3 playthrough with me, where he's talking about the Dark Souls lore. So this week, hopefully, like maybe Thursday, we will get around to bringing Mike back in. You're going to see some more Joseph. He's going to come back and play games with us as well. I'm going to get our game stream going because Couch Co-op has... I keep trying to bring it back, and then life keeps happening.
Yep. That's basically what happened last week, too.
But it will come back. Oh, fuck, it will come back.
And
We have lapel mics
June
now.
says I want more of the purple
I'll try
guy.
and see if I can't get some of the audio cleaned up and loaded up of the
I will be
D&D
around.
games that I've been doing.
Yeah? Oh, you guys are recording them.
I'm recording them on my cell phone. I do not have an actual official setup, but it's something.
Yeah. Mike and I had a long-running thing where when we started the podcast with episode
Crazy
1,
cat lady.
Mike and I were having this sort of fight where we were the only two that hadn't missed an episode. And it went for years. It was like 3 or 4 years. Or maybe not 4 because we've just finished our 5th and we're at 5.5 now. But like after 3 years, like, holy shit, man, who's going to be the first one to miss one? And I think it was me. I think I missed an episode before Mike did. And anyway, so someone misses Mike. And I miss you, Mike. We love you. Crazy Cat Lady says, less of the purple guy.
Right?
Or a paper bag, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah. You could throw it away. Well, you've been getting trashed in leagues, so you might want to think about...
Right?
You came
Trash
to the
bagging.
wrong
Right,
place
trash
for
bagging.
sympathy,
That's
Purple
right.
Man.
Right.
I know. I never get sympathy, Chuck. We all know this here.
There's a clamor for Cal in today's episode.
He has his own
That's a
channel on
new-
Twitch.
Right, for sure. Guys,
Go watch him ejaculate all over League.
Whoa.
wait, do you actually jack off on your league stream?
I'll bet he does.
I mean, no.
he's got to be doing something else with the other hand because it's certainly not helping with the keyboard or anything.
Maybe you should watch one of my games every once in a while before you.
I do watch some of your games, and I don't always understand what's
Cat
going
fight
on.
on the couch. Wow.
Yeah, do you guys have some unresolved issues that you need to get out before we close
Yeah,
down
come here,
officially
buddy.
for the
I-
evening?
I hate
You know,
trolls.
Hug it out. Hug it out.
There will be
Hug
no
it out.
hugging out because you will always revert back
Otherwise,
to
you guys are going to have
troll
that hate
form.
sex.
Calvin,
It's
your
just
chicken
better.
legs, man.
It's here.
My God.
Right.
No, I can't.
Would you like
I can't.
some of the meat off of my legs, sir?
I got those.
Stop
I can't
skipping
judge.
leg day,
I
bro.
can't judge.
That's right.
I can't judge you, dude. Guys, thanks for hanging out with us. Next week, we're going to be talking about some of the best board games, and we did sort of a tabletop thing a few weeks ago, but specifically, we're going to do like non-RPG tabletop, like board games. Something super fun, and then in a few weeks, we'll actually do a podcast where we actually play one.
Well, that'd be fun.
I'm thinking of Chuck and Sam getting down on the Halo Battlefleet game. Sort of plays like X-Wing, but with Halo
That'd be fun.
stuff.
What?
Yeah, check out our social media at the top of the screen and follow us if you haven't yet. Click the little heart at the bottom and share us with someone if you've already followed us. We do have a store. It's at facebook.com/angrycuddles/shop. The link is in the chat. We have shirts. We have tanks. We have the bro tanks.
We have a
Which
we have a sweet.
you're not wearing
Angry
it
Cubs
now, are
prote-
you?
I'm not wearing it right now.
Are you wearing anything under that?
That's maybe
Okay.
for later.
So definitely help us out there. And if you want to check out any of the other people on our podcast, you can do so there.
And Gamer Guy just very kindly posted all of our links.
Oh, thanks, Game Guy. If you're not in chat and you're watching us on YouTube, you can see right there. If you're listening to us, I'll tell you where to go. On Twitch and on Twitter, if you want to hang out with Chuck, it's Byronic Commando. Byronic with a Y. Byronic Commando. On Twitch and Twitter, Will, who's absent today, it's at Will Roth Music on Twitter, moonlightnative.com for his band, and they're fucking phenomenal. They're legit.
They're awesome.
Go listen. Go to if you're bored,
Do
go to
the fucking thing.
moonlightnative.com right fucking now.
Yeah, they're great.
Shark has a webcomic.
Hedgie hates.
HedgeHates.com. What's it about?
It's about my hedgehog. Her name is Boo. She hates everything, including you.
I love your elevator pitch. Corporate Cal on Twitch. If you want to watch some League, hang out with Purple Shirt Guy, watch him jack off.
And also, as you say that, I also just got an Xbox One. I shall have the
Is it
same.
also? It's Corporate Cal
It's
on
going to be
Xbox as
Corporate
well.
Cal as well
Add
on
the gamer
Xbox
tag.
One.
Add the gamer
and
tag.
I will be playing games, I guess, soon with my friends because
And-
they've been chastising me for
Yeah,
at least
I'm
several
ready
years.
to fucking play some games with you, man. I'm ready to go. And at Corporate
Can you even
Hobbs
see?
on Twitter. You know, like Calvin and Hobbs. Get it? It's at Corporate Hobbs on Twitter. Fucking.
I know. I had to confuse.
No, I know. Someone else has it.
Someone
Someone
else
else has
ruined
it,
it
man.
for everyone.
I
I
know.
wonder who that was.
Ruined it for everything. But thanks, guys, for hanging out. My name is Steven.
My name is Cal.
Are we not men? No. We are Devo. I'm Chuck.
I'm Shark.
I completely forgot that you have cut the visual feed on this now, so nobody can see me with the welding goggles all the way on.
Can you even see through those?
Barely.
And don't forget to check out our webcomic at angrycuddles.com. You guys have a fantastic night. Thanks for joining us in the chat, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Have a good evening,
Steam on!
everyone.
Bye.
Good evening.
Go away now.